Morning. Oh, has it kicked me out? Doo-doo. Hope you're well. I'm trying to figure out. Morning, Steve. Trying to figure out what I like today. I like gold's potential reaction off of here, right? Been bullish so far on the day. It's a shame that we just closed below. We did take the high earlier. So I'm liking gold like return. We've already done that. We've tapped here. That was the first potential. Or whether we continue to fall through. I'd have to see it come all the way through. Look at those liquidity taps on NQ. I was looking at short on NQ before it came on, just being above the 4 in the 1, just a bit. We are really bearish on NQ so far. This is where we've opened, we've come up, come through all the liquidity, and just kept bouncing back to these levels. Wouldn't have been a bad trade, that. Never mind. This is where I was looking at getting in. Maybe even to the next one, but around there. Okay, so gold long. What's everybody thinking today? What are you guys thinking of trading today? What do you like the look of? So we've left these VIBs, right? 1, 2. Could use them, come back, hold them. Cancel. What happened to my alert? There it is. If we come back to the daily here, this could be a really good trade. So I've just left an alert on for gold. Nice bounce out. I want it to be on. They haven't got the VIBs here on MG. It's annoying. So there was a VIB here and a VIB here. Did I just click buy? No, thank you. Click the X. Do-do-do. Do-do. Plenty of rejections. Yeah. I'll go through it in a minute. Let me just see how we continue to hold up. So I like to have me daily on, right? So have me daily on. And then I tend to keep liquidity on the 5 minute unless I'm trading within an hour. And then I might look for a liquidity grab and a reversal. And then I like the 4 and the 6 hour. And like here, I'd have just looked at that as a potential area where we might reject from, right? Which we do. And then like yesterday, trend AI is bearish. We had the daily was bearish. So I was looking for shorts. This was the trade. I paper traded that down. That was the one that was like a clean trade, right? Dynamic TP came over the 0 line. We went red. We took the low of the 6 hour, right? Meaning we expect this to be our high. We came back up and then through. Took out all the liquidity. When we'd move down, if you look at this leg, we'd come all the way down. And then when the new hour started and we were holding it, that's where I was expecting a potential return. Maybe not quite to this high, but that's where we had that 6 hour box, the previous one. Here, I was just expecting that we'd return to. So it's helping with narrative of the day. And then from an entry point of view, very often we'll see price, like if we've gone really bullish, right, we'll then return to previous level. I like CL short. I need to wait for a new hour. We've gone very, I mean, obviously this push down last night was crazy. But we'd at least expect to come back to the daily. Yeah, I like that. Maybe we could grab something if we come below. Good morning. Yeah, I like this reversal. Almost took that NQ short here out of the 6 hour back down. It was just being above the 4 hour that put me off. Otherwise, that would have been a trade I'd have been in. Plus the hourly box as well. But yeah, I liked that. I liked it a lot. Very, very bearish on NQ. Is gold going to start going that mean? What are we doing on gold? So we've just come and taken the low. So obviously we bearish hour. Why I was a little bit more hesitant with this rejection here. Just holding a little bit more. We've taken the low, come back to the 4 hour. So just watching a little bit more. I don't understand why you can't put the 6 hour box in your chart. Are you using Alpha Boxes Pro and not just Alpha Boxes, which is just to the 1 hour? Because you literally just select 6 hour and that's it. So potentially today we return to the daily on gold. This could be a good trade, potentially. Rejection out of here and then coming back up. Potential. Keep an eye on CL. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to have gold on here. Yeah, it's on Pro. It's really odd that, Aaron. That is really odd. Not going to let me see the daily, are you? Bullish on the day. Okay. No, high time frames is bullish. Do 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 do. Right. Yes. back on gold. We need to be careful. Do. Ooh, I want to buy. God's sake. Yeah, please do, Aaron. Yes, sir, Peter, I will do. I will post the settings. Yeah, so I'll try and have the last 2 days of 6 hours. So I usually have about 6 hours on, which obviously I'll post the settings. Let me just hide the liquidity for now to make it easier. So I'll use my 6 hours, and then potentially they'll be the ones that I'll extend if I want to just see previous day levels. Right? So that was that level where we were getting rejected from yesterday, where I was looking to take the long to, and then we failed again. Took the low of the 6 and dropped. So today we've still got this 6 hour level here. Look, see how we've reacted to it, broken through it, come back and held it. We just lost it here. And then obviously that hourly and the previous level still here. I fancy a return back to here, just. You know, a couple of things. I'm not happy about the tap under this hourly. I can get it back to the 4 hour, right? So our 4 hour is more likely to be bullish. Yay. Never mind, I couldn't get an entry that I wanted on this one. Trend AI is bullish. You can see that we're bending up and towards, but we are below. MACD's just bending round. I'm going to show you something on the daily. I'm putting this, what I want to be careful, obviously, like the things that I'm using, we're going through vigorous testing, looking at, you know, like success rate, all that sort of thing. So it's really important for me to make sure that those levels are right. Now the only thing you need to be careful on the 6 hour is like we're bringing up the previous day, which is huge. So we just need to reduce. So I do adjust the levels just in case I get like this where there's been a massive daily candle. I'll reduce the number of 6 hours until, there you go, see it's dropped off now. So I've still got yesterday's levels past the daily. And then when a new 6 hour comes on, I'll add another one on. Have I got my alert actually on gold? Is it on gold, not on M? Yeah, there it is. So I've set an alert here, just above the daily. So when price comes back to it, or if price comes back to it, this could be a really good entry point for a snapback. It's just a shame we tapped below that hourly. Nice trade out. Let's see if CL's doing anything. Okay. So on CL, I said I'd be interested to wait for a new 1 hour. I like the short. Potentially, if we were going to take it this hour, come below the 1 hour, which we've reacted from. Twenty-two ticks. It's 220 on one contract for the full. So a really good trade is obviously putting on your liquidity, right, on the lower time frames. Different on CL, very strange. I'm on the 2 minute. Just check. Yeah. Beautiful rejections out of here. So if we come back up to the daily, right, anything around this sort of level on NQ, potentially today, need to see how the day rolls out, but this could be really good areas for looking for shorts. Really good areas looking for shorts. We'll see what happens. So we could have taken that short at NQ. I just wasn't fast enough. So this wasn't the low of the 4 hour. This was the low of the 4 hour, right? Numpty. So this pattern happens quite a lot, right? We'll come up, take the low of the higher time frame, 4 hour, and then we've got resistance above, right? So we've got this 6 hour, 1 hour. We tap back up. Now, because it's done it after the first hour, there's good probability for this being our high, right? And we're bearish on the day. Our narrative is bearish, right? So when we tap back up here, there was an entry on the 1 minute. Oh, actually, that's ES. Let's see if NQ was the same. Yeah, that was the low of the 4 hour. Same thing. And then here was the entry on this candle. Boom, lows taken. So that would have been a nice trade. That's my mistake, not seeing the lows taken. I'll show you an example of that on gold. Same trade later on, right? And this was a good trade yesterday. I didn't take it, but it would have, because I'd already done a decent amount of trading yesterday, but still follow. Let's go back up to 2 minute. So yesterday, narrative on gold is bearish, right? Trend AI, bearish. Look at the daily. Daily's opened under the moving averages. Moving averages are bearish. And you can see that we've already taken the low of the daily here. Right, and this is 8 o'clock when we started our day. Or when I started my day. So I was bearish narrative. The algo was sequence 1. Corrective bullish, which is bearish, right? So we had lots of confluences to the downside. So we traded this bit in the morning, right? We were expecting this potential return back up into here. Lots of confluences in that. If you look at our correction, right? It's a decent correction point. I bet if you're a fib trader, if I put fibs on, it'll be around 50% retracement. 50% retracement, right? So it's good level all round inside the EMAs, alpha boxes. I like the return, especially this is active. So during this time, this 6 hours still active, right? That's still active until here. So return after a large extension is good. It's possible, right? We get a new 1 hour, which is this is where we're holding. Tap, 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 tap again, and we come back to it. When this new 6 hour starts, we again come back to the previous 6 hour, reject from it, and here we take the low. So what I've just showed you on NQ, it's this same pattern. We take the low. What's the narrative? We're bearish. So we expect at that point this to be our high, right? So we're not just taking it willy-nilly, we're looking for confirmation, right? So confirmation, it can either be this fast reversal, large candle, right? It can be when we come below here, stop above, and then you're expecting the lows to go, right? You're expecting that volatility move now. What you also had is dynamic TP, which was really, really strong. So you can see here, look, we're bearish, right? And if you look at even as we're coming up, we're holding and we're under, we come under the zero line. What happens when we come under the zero line? We expect potential volatility. As it's in line with the higher time frame narrative as well of being bearish on the daily, coming back up and then under, you'd expect that potential move, right? So this was a great trade. My entry was, well, in my entry, my demo trade was here. And I was just looking at the saying like new lows, something like that would have been roughly the trade. I did quite a lot of trades yesterday just from demoing, working really well. Just getting in the habit of taking the trades, right? What I want to see. So with the alpha boxes, it's been that narrative. How did I add narrative? So before it was very much just focused on a particular hour, right? Waiting for that right setup on that right hour, and then looking for that right hour that all lines up to take the trade. So when I'm trying to trade set hours now, whereas before I could sit there all day, now obviously we're working on coding a lot through the day, and then I'm trading live here as well. So I'm trying to kind of work out how we could create this into afternoon sessions, New York, morning sessions, and having a daily narrative or areas where, like here, right, I can see this is potentially a great area to buy. You know, I'll show you an example of this. Let's find one. So we are bullish and below. Bullish and below. Kind of like this. So our daily box is below, right? We're bullish on our higher time frame, moving averages. So when we come below that daily level, dynamic trend AI is bullish. We've come above the 0 line. So these taps on the daily can be just crazy entries, right? So this is all part of the course that's coming. We're just still building it out. We're also building the indicators for it, right? Including entries. We've been working very, very heavy on that at the moment. We've got the entries, just haven't got the filters. So we've just got a whole load of filters, and the entries are based around fair value gaps and inverse fair value gaps, but they need to be within a specific way. Which T's bringing? I'll show you. And then obviously we'll have our confluences built in as well for Lazy Boy and this system. So there's a lot of work going on. So interesting, right? Gold, we took the low, we failed to take the high. We were expecting potentially this could be our high for the hour now after taking that low, which just put me off taking the long. Don't get me wrong, there was still a trade there, right? We got a new hour starting now. We're a little bit bunched up. We've had this overextension. We could come back to the daily. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're taking another low again. What have we been doing after taking a low? Quite a sharp reaction. We're now below the 4 hour, so we don't expect this 4 hour to go now. But, so potential areas. We could see. Right, new hour, I need to check CL. just transitioned bullish. I'm expecting us to go bullish potentially, right? But it's just a lot of the time we'll just put some structure in place before just immediately reversing straight up and straight down. So, you know, once we've had that big move, we'll kind of get structure before an explosive move. Morning, morning. Yeah, so I've been focused on an entry system. Like, when, you know, you've got your narrative, and then you need to know, when am I going to enter my trade, right? What am I looking for to pull the trigger? And that's the bit that we've been working on, or I've been working on heavily as well, and T's been helping with the coding. So what you've got is, fair value gaps are great when you're in the direction. So when it's going in the direction, you expect the fair value gaps to hold, right? So a lot of the time, we're taking trades coming against us. So we're coming back to an alpha box. So how do we know, like, where I want to take that trade, right? When is it right? And it's having narrative, but then also a lot of the time we'll come in with volume, disrespect a fair value gap, creating an inverse, right? And those have been pretty solid for entries. However, they are everywhere, right? So you've got to know the right ones, which is what the filter is that's coming on. We are quite ahead. We had a big day yesterday. Oh, hang on. Yeah. So the first thing that will happen will be an integration with the alpha boxes for an entry system. And then there will be the, like, confirmations, what you're looking for. So I like this short on CL. As you know, I've been saying it for a while. So you can see if we were going to go bullish, we'd expect to hold that, right? So we're just watching. Even on the 3, you can see we're holding it. 4, don't think it'll be there on the 4. And it's a little bit slow out of it, for example. That's one of the things that we're looking at as well. Size, all those sort of things. So it's not just as simple as any. Ah, did it? That's annoying. Nice tap on that 6 hour. See how we're rejecting, and then we close below. The only problem is we've moved quite far down. This was what I was looking at here. This nice rejection. Right. Narrative. Area of resistance. Area of where we expect price to potentially not go. And then return. But really important to have narrative on the day, right? So look, we're under the 0 line. So we're bearish, very bearish. Trend AI is bearish. I'm interested that our daily still, our higher time frame is bearish on NQ, which is interesting. On the daily. Our daily's bullish though. But we can have a bit of a pullback, right? So we're back in yesterday's daily. So this closed. Where did we close yesterday? Here. So about 50-50, a little bit of wick, quite a big wick on the daily. And then here's our daily low, but obviously we've got plenty of downside to cover. So it could just be still bullish potentially, but there's your 6 hour. Yeah. Knoxbox. Yeah, look, it's my 6. That's my previous day's 6. And I've got my 4 hour in there. 4 hour here. Right. So we can see from here, right? It's like boom. No trade. Still bullish. Still going. We are above. I might have, again, having an idea is fine. Narrative's bullish on the day, right? So again, anything that comes down potentially around here could be good trades, right? Return to the daily, potentially out of it. We're just a bit trapped on gold. Right. We're just a bit trapped. Right. Just a little bit trapped. Where's that bloody lock button so I don't keep moving it? There isn't one. No, fuck. We are bullish on the algo. 15 minute on the hourly. Need to change that to 1 hour. Yeah, so, but this is not finished. This is way not finished. T is still doing a lot of work on it, right? So there's no filter on these, so they're just showing all of the ones that kind of meet the criteria, right? Which is too many, because you don't just want to take any. So we're just applying the filters so that they only appear at certain points, right? So for example, this signal would have shown this buy one. That wouldn't. It's a lovely sell signal, but right at the top. None of those would. None of those would. The buy would. No. Yes, this sell would. This buy would. No, no. No. No, no, no. Yes. Yes. Ah, the Owly. That was the one from yesterday. So, still lots to do, but we will put those in for you so that you don't have to look for them. You can see them obviously on the chart anyway. Not super clear on gold today. Let's be a bit adventurous. So here, same thing again, right? Our daily's up here. Previous 6 hour, way overextended. Slingshot back. Right? Absolute to the tick. Boom. Reversed. Off it goes. Same thing here, we're bearish, way overextended, right? We inverse and return and take out the lows. So we got our narrative, really easy narrative, right? We're below, we've opened below, we're bearish, trend AI is bearish, we're below the zero line. So when you're in these positions, what are you expecting? Snap back, right? Under the daily, tap of the daily, inversed, buy, see you later. So this is will be the strategy, just refined with rule sets, risk amounts, everything all added into it. It's just takes a lot of work and a lot of testing, but we're getting there. Only trade I've liked this morning was the short on NQ. I don't mind the short here, but we haven't had that yet. But it was just, we go back to that narrative again, right? The daily starts below the EMAs. We come back up, fill the gap to the previous 6 hour and 4 hour. Nice rejection. We come out, take the low. Come to the previous daily and 6 hour. We now flip bearish. Trend AI is bearish. We're under the zero line. Right? What's your narrative? Narrative is bearish. So that means if we start to see price rejecting from alpha boxes and rejecting order flow, it's tiny, but even there, right? It's not a bad example on the 2 minute. But yeah, nice rejection, flip, and then drop to the bottom. This is just a bit too big, right? Done a similar thing here. Still think we could continue down, but it's just not an entry that I'm looking to get in. Like right now, anything around this sort of level for a potential bearish day is great. And then you could look at it as in premium and discount, right? So if we want to be buying, if we think the day is going to be bearish, my old photon days. Price comes back up into a premium. This is our premium, right? But we don't need to use fibs for that. We use our levels. We've got our daily. Our moving averages like this is expecting. You know, you can see it here yesterday. When we came below here and we were bullish, I was expecting a snapback. When we tapped the daily yesterday, I was expecting a snapback, and they were both areas. If I'd have been available at the chart, I'd have looked to potentially take an entry, right? Look at the rejection off the daily. We're expecting some sort of snapback. Like we're now expecting the snap down based on the daily. It's interesting to see what gold does now. Wasn't, oh fuck's sake, mouse. It's a nice rejection. Clear this up. Haven't taken any trades today. 0. So if I'd have, when I came to the chart yesterday, I was still a little bit behind on what I was looking for on NQ. I didn't have my chart set up right, because if I'd have joined when we traded NQ this morning, what's the narrative on NQ? We're bullish, right? So this was my entry on NQ here, I think. No, it's here. So we're bullish. We're at the daily. We're very bullish. Trend AI is bullish. It was a beautiful trade that should have just left the runner. Right? But I didn't have my chart set up right to have that daily narrative that that I'm focused on now. And we tapped the hourly. I think this was the trade. Tapped the hourly and then took out these highs. I think it was this one. And that was the trade. So we're not bullish. right? We're not bullish here. Why aren't we bullish? Well, because we're holding. We're disrespecting. So until we disrespect, we're still narrative is bearish. Our daily narrative is bearish. Do you know what I want to have a look at? Just want to look at the hourly data. So I keep, one of the things that I do often at the end of the day, I need to make sure I'm doing it throughout the day. Middle right. Just looking at our hourly data. So 24th today. Stupid mouse. Let's get today's data. So as you can see on NQ, our bearish hourly probability has been very good. Probably to be expected because we've been more bearish, right? And when we're more bullish, it's potentially more corrective. So we would expect our hourly data probably to have a higher probability of playing out. So the last 3 bearish hours that we've had our high in segment 1 and our 100% of the time the low's been in segment 6. So this hour now, right, we've taken the low. So good probability this is our high. Good probability for this to carry on down. Right, Mucker.
Morning, buddy.
How are you?
Very good. A bit sleepy, but I'm good.
Yeah, a bit sleepy as well. Didn't have a great night's sleep last night.
I slept like a log once I stopped.
Did you?
All night.
Oh, okay. Your mum kept nudging me all night.
I will pour that bread roll over your head.
Such a fidget she is.
That's it, it's sitting snacks in front of
Oh, here comes Snack Man. Comes in every morning around this time with his sausage. So yeah, with a little bit more narrative, right? Potentially, we could have actually looked at that for a short. Once we'd looked at the data for the day and how we're doing, low taken here, right? So this is our low. We take it in the 20 minutes, bang, come back up, bearish, tap of the alpha box inside of a fair value gap. We've disrespected an inverse. We could have expected that to hold on the daily. CL still on. Like we said with gold, we're just these 2 levels right now. Potential ping pong, right? If we can go long, I think an obvious one would be playing like the break, right? And then the hold. And then potential continuation up to here. So that could be, if we are going to go long on gold, which looking like we will, right? We could look at something like this. Or if we're long earlier, we just need to be careful of this level. It's been a very, you can see previously, right? Rejection, rejection, rejection. We come under, we blast through it. And then same thing again. And then we've just rejected. So holding, so I think we should go through it. It'd just be a nice, just we don't want too fast. Like this. Choo, choo, choo. That's the sound it made when it went through. Doesn't everybody need to add like sounds to things like that?
Yeah,
No?
you and your ADHD. Your walking soundtrack.
Pew pew pew. Okay, and whose phone's pinging away? All right, Mr. Popular.
Somebody be wife.
Oh, no. So gold, yeah, not super amazing today on the longs. 66% in the first 20 minutes. So potential choppy days, you know, we're just starting that from bearish. So this would be a corrective phase, potentially of a bearish, right? Bearish run, potential corrective. And daily's in corrective. Bam, 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 bam. I think we can just talk. I don't think I'm going to catch a trade this morning. Oh, whoa, CL. Yeah, fucker.
He's got all the screen set up this week.
Yeah. Just we might beep 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 doo doo. Being a bit greedy. Was that me? Who was it?
DMT.
Who?
James.
Okay, just leave it. So CL's been pretty good. On our hourly data. Do. Yeah. See, if I take it from here, I've just got quite a wide stop. Just try to be a little bit greedy on it. If it goes, it goes. So this is the 4 hour. That's been the explosive first, second. Probably like it around here. Could reduce risk to here rather than the top. Like this. It needs to be quick. Tap, tap. That's the noise it makes when it does it as well, Barry.
That's right, keep it in.
Tap, tap. I don't think you're going to get that far back. Yeah, probably not. Yeah. If we break the low, I'll take off the limit order. Yeah. Just a bit too aggressive. Obviously, I liked it up here. It was a bit too soon. Just wanted to see that move happen a little bit more. Right, let's just see if gold's broken out. Come on, gold. So we're just in this chop area, which is why I'm waiting. So either I'm looking for a trade, we come back down here, or ideally a break above and then in between these two boxes on gold. And then Q. That was a nice trade on the hourly. My head just wasn't in it for the trade. Nice rejection from the 4 hour, come back up. The data on our hourly data is very good for bearish. So 75% of the 4 bearish hours we've had have been in the first 10 minutes. Disrespect here, and then fair value gap, which we expected were going to be bearish to hold, and we do. Tap in the hourly alpha box, and away we go. So I missed this short here because my head wasn't in with this was our low, which we'd already taken. Rejection from the 6 hour. We expect this to be our high. I didn't have this data either from a bearish point of view. I hadn't loaded it up yet. But that narrative for the short was there. Didn't take it. And then same thing again here. So my fault really. Missing the trades. You can see that dynamic TP's bearish, right? Bearish, bearish, under the zero line, trend AI bearish, bearish. Good trade for me now will be if we can get NQ back up around here, and then I'll look for a short around NQ. So I'll probably set an alert up here. Cool. Right, guys. I've missed my CL trade. I've missed my NQ trades. I'm going to call it a day. I'm not chasing anything now. So I might come back on later in New York time. Might do a New York session today. Come on around 10 o'clock New York time, potentially. We'll see whether something shapes up. But other than that, guys, have a good day trading. 6 hour settings. So your 6 hour, you're basically just looking for the past 2 days. So you just want to adjust this as time goes on. Now the reason why I've got it on 5 and not 8 is because the previous daily box for here is so big. So it would bring that 6 hour forward. So the next time a 6 hour opens, I'll increase it so that we keep on the previous 6 hours. Alright guys, I'll put it in the Discord, Aaron, as well, mate. Message me in Discord and we'll put it up. I'll put the settings up. I'm going to, as asked, I'm going to put them on there for everyone. But yeah, would have been nice shorts today. Shame we missed them. Well, I didn't take them, didn't miss them. I'll catch you later.